Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 Nottingham Back to School Night. I'm Eileen Gardner, Nottingham's principal. A special welcome to our kindergarten families and those who've joined us from around the world, the country, and even in Virginia who are new to Nottingham. It's a great place for your children to learn, thanks to our great staff and all of you. We really appreciate everyone's patience and perseverance as we return to in-person learning. Thank you for your never-ending kind words, support, and feedback as we work out the kinks and issues to make sure everyone's set up for success. Teachers did take some time this summer for some rest and relaxation, and they've come back more rejuvenated and energetic than ever. Teacher teams have collaborated closely with our coaches and instructional support staff to provide you with consistent quality instruction to make sure that your children are in great hands. We are acutely aware that the social emotional needs of our students need to be addressed. Weekly lessons with our counselors, as well as individual and small group support, are available throughout the year. Please don't hesitate to reach out to our fabulous support staff, Mark Jones and Kellen Bisbee, our counselors, Maggie Ryan, our social worker, or Maggie DeSira, our school psychologist, who are more than happy to help you address the social, emotional, or mental health needs of your students. The Office of Academics has been working closely with our teachers to determine how we can do beginning of the year assessments, including reading, math, and writing. Fall SOL testing will be used as a brief, informative, low-stakes measure of how students are doing. Please stay tuned as we learn more about the assessments, how they'll be implemented, and when. More information will be included in the nightly news next week. For those of you who may not know this yet, the nightly news is a weekly communication from me that comes out every Tuesday with important dates, information, and updates. As we have each year, we will strive to uphold the elements of the APS School Board strategic goal, providing equal pathways to success for all students, making sure students are healthy, safe, and supported, retaining our staff, ensuring operational excellence, and supporting strong community partnerships. Please continue to give us feedback about how your children are doing, and so we can adjust and partner with you to ensure engagement, excitement, and energy. I'd like to recognize the Nottingham PTA for their support. I encourage those of you who are new to Nottingham to find a place within its structure to get plugged in. We truly appreciate all your support. Thank you to our PTA President, Danielle Herndon, and the rest of the PTA Executive Board for all you do. We'll have our first PTA meeting tonight at 8 p.m. using the link provided. Please join us this month and every month at these very informative meetings. The link is also provided to you in the chat. On the agenda tonight is a welcome from our assistant principal, Dr. Megan Lynch, a message from Mr. Mark Jones, one of our counselors. And after that, you'll hear directly from the PTA president, Danielle Herndon, and then the moment you're waiting for, a chance to hear from the teaching teams directly. Each team will present just once this evening. Feel free to bounce in and out of the grade level meetings as you'd like. All of our presentations tonight will be posted to our website for you to view at your leisure. Our teachers, myself, Megan, and the rest of our support staff are always here to answer any questions that you have or to provide guidance or support in any way. I won't keep you any longer. Please enjoy your time this evening, and we look forward to seeing everyone in person at our outdoor ice cream social on this Friday, September 10th, from 3:45 to 5:45. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again at 8 o'clock for the PTA meeting. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Megan Lynch, Assistant Principal here. Welcome to Back to School Night. I'm so glad you could join us virtually. This year, Arlington Public Schools will continue to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion as one of their initiatives. This pairs nicely with Nottingham's work as an inclusive model site and as a participant as a No Place for Hate school. We will continue to build a safe, welcoming community that values all learners and promotes equity and cultural competency. This year, look out for opportunities to engage with us on this topic. Starting this month with Latinx Heritage Month on September 15th and diving on into the rest throughout the year. Look out for messages in Eileen's weekly and nightly news and the students on their news broadcast on Fridays, nights at 9. We'll be sharing more information with you and with your students as the year goes on, and we look forward to continuing this important work. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or give me a call. Thanks so much. Bye.
Hi, my name is Mark Jones. I'm the full-time school counselor at Nottingham. Kellen Bisbee is also a school counselor at Nottingham, and she works at Nottingham on Tuesdays. So the role of a school counselor in an elementary school is to promote and teach social emotional skills. We do that primarily in 3 different ways. One is we go into each of the classrooms on a regular basis, teaching such things as identifying emotions, regulating uncomfortable big emotions like anger and worry and sadness, teaching about bullying prevention, teaching about how to make friends, how to keep friends, and other topics. We also meet with students individually if they want to have a conversation and counseling on a topic involving social emotional skills. They can refer themselves. You can refer your child to us, or a teacher may refer a student to us. And the third category after teaching classes and individual counseling is group counseling. Group counseling is with 3, 4, 5, 6 students. Might be at lunch, or it might be during the school day at a time agreed to by the teacher. And it's small group counseling on the topics that we cover typically in the lessons, social emotional skills. I'm also happy, as is Ms. Bisbee, to consult with you on some problem solving if you're having some challenges, or your child is, and we can help you sort of talk through that and see if we can come up with some solutions. The Nottingham School website has a counseling tab, which has lots of information, and I encourage you to look at that. Contact information is there, among other things, and we have a virtual calming room, which is for families, students, and staff. So check it all out. Hope to meet you soon. Bye.
Hi Knights, my name is Danielle Herndon and I am your PTA president. It's such a joy to serve our students, teachers, and families alongside an awesome team of parents on our executive board. Like you, we are thrilled to have our kids back in school 5 days a week, and we have all kinds of things planned to make it a great year. Since we have been apart for a while and there are lots of new faces at our school, one of the key goals for the PTA this year is going to be connecting and uplifting our community through programs that promote enrichment, engagement, education, and fun. To make this happen, we need your help in 3 simple ways. First, join the PTA. Did you know that your PTA membership expires every year in the summertime? So you got to go to nespta.org and sign up. As a member, you will have access to the newsletter, digital calendar, online directory, spiritware store, and so much more. If you want to be in the know, this is the way to go. Second, volunteer. There are so many easy ways to help out. Take a few minutes to think about what you enjoy, what you're good at, and what makes you smile. Then, when you renew your PTA membership, fill out the volunteer form to let us know how you would like to help. Some tasks may take just a few minutes. Others could be longer-term projects. Every little bit of elbow grease makes a big difference. Plus, it's a great way to get to know people at the school. Third, chip in with cash. It takes a good amount of money to fund all the programs at the PTA supports, like STEAM enrichment, school assemblies, teacher education grants, family fun nights, classroom supplies, staff and teacher appreciation, maintaining the exploration courtyard, sock hop, Mayfest, field trips, technology grants, and more. Your financial generosity is what makes these programs happen, and there are all kinds of ways you can donate. From designating Nottingham as your charity of choice at the grocery store or on Amazon, to buying Spirit
Ashlyn, is this what you wanted me to do? Okay. So then we'll just go. Okay, can you hear me?
Awesome. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know if there was some technical confusion on my part, but we're just going to go with it and we're just going to press onwards and start our presentation. So this is Julia Petro speaking. I am one of the teachers in the Kiwis classroom, and I'll just take this opportunity to have Sarah Justin unmute her mic and say hello to us.
Hi, I'm also here. I'm Sarah Justin. I'm one of the teachers in the Pineapples classroom.
And we also have Elizabeth McKenzie joining us, our speech and language pathologist.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth McKenzie. I'm the speech language pathologist at Nottingham, and I will be pushing in to the preschool classroom a lot this year.
Great, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we'll touch base back with Elizabeth towards the end, and she can kind of tell us what she will be doing in our classroom. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. We've had an amazing first 2 weeks. It's a little bit odd given that we've only had about 3 days of each week, but I think it's a great way for us to all just kind of get back in the swing of things. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is how we plan on keeping in touch with our families and how we plan on updating you on our day-to-day activities. The first way is by using our classroom Canvas page. All the children will be given iPads at some point soon. They're still working on the distribution phase, but they are all enrolled in our Canvas class, and you as parents will be able to have access to that Canvas class. And I'll show you as an example what mine looks like. Sarah and I's are almost identical, but it would bring you here to the main page. And we have here what's new in the Kiwi class, what our curriculum is, and then daily updates. So if you would like to see what has been newly introduced in our class, you can click here and it'll bring you to some of the things that we've introduced this week. For example, our kindness tree, we've started with our calendar, and some of our conscious discipline strategies like our We Care bucket. And then going back to the home page, we will continue to update this on a weekly basis just to give families an idea of what's ahead and what we've been going over this week. We used to send home paper copies of this, but felt that, you know, a virtual might be better, and especially considering if we do have to switch to virtual at some point in the year, it will at least familiarize ourselves with Canvas. We also plan on using Seesaw, our Seesaw classroom. Last year, we used it a lot for activities for the children to do on their iPads, and it worked really great. What you'll be able to do as families is sign up and check for updates for your child. We will share with you login instructions via email, hopefully tomorrow. But you can see here, sample student has one post, and it's welcome to back to school night. This might have something like today, Sarah did a great job doing X, Y, and Z, and she fell off the lunch table, which didn't happen to Sarah today, but it did happen to one of our friends. So we're able to post pictures of what we're doing in the classroom or give little updates. It should notify you if you know, your child's account has been updated. So you might get a little alert that says, you know, Sarah Justin Seesaw has one more picture, and then you can log on to Seesaw and check out what that is. Again, I think it'll be good just to get us onto Seesaw and using it actively, and you know, as it's something that we do want to use throughout the year. So those are the two different things that we'll be using, is our Seesaw class and our Canvas page. And again, we'll give you all instructions on how we plan on having you sign up for that, and then also instructions on how you can log on and access that information. Our Canvas pages should be going live or being published by tomorrow. We also will be having a B folder. It stands for something clever, be prepared, something like that. But it's essentially an emergency folder that will just be kept in the book bag in light of a child, you know, having to stay home in quarantine or anything like that. It'll have, you know, asynchronous activities and also instructions on how we plan on providing instruction during that time. So that'll just be kind of emergency supplies that we just keep in the backpack at all times. That our Department of Early Childhood is in the process of getting those together for us. So if you notice a folder in your child's backpack with a little picture of a bumblebee on it, that's what that is. It'll just stay in the backpack. So those are just updates on how we plan on keeping families updated. And hopefully we'll get all of that together soon. It still needs a couple little tweaks, but that is what is to come. So onwards, we can also talk about the curriculums that we use in the preschool classrooms. I'm going to turn it over to Sarah Justin, and she can go over our literacy curriculums, our math curriculums, and our social emotional curriculums.
All right, thanks, Julia. This is Sarah Justin speaking, one of the preschool Pineapple teachers. I'm just going to touch on some of our curriculum. We're going to start with our literacy curriculum. Our OWLS curriculum is called, it stands for Opening the World of Learning. It's our literacy program designed for preschoolers. And this is really where we get the books we read. So it guides the books we pick. All the preschoolers in Arlington are reading the same books. And it also has ideas for science, math, and art activities that tie into the books that we read each week. Each book will be read 3 times a week. We do a repeated reading structure. So your students will be very familiar with the books and we'll get to work with those a lot. We also use Learning Without Tears for handwriting. It's our handwriting curriculum and we really focus on the vocab, big lines, big curves, and little curves. All letters can be made up using those 4 vocab words. It really emphasizes students working on gross motor with their whole body and narrowing it down to fine motor, so using their small hand muscle control. And then new this year, we added Haggerty phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is understanding spoken words are made up of individual sounds called phonemes. Haggerty also works with rhyming and syllables, so we'll hit on those a lot. We really just want your child to be phonetically aware, be able to isolate the sounds in the beginning of words, ends of words, and manipulate sounds. All right, we also have our math curriculum. Our everyday math is where our calendar work comes in. So both classes do our calendar every morning. That really focuses on counting. We do patterns. We do sorting with our calendar. We do days of the week, months of the year, all that good stuff. It focuses on observational skills, making predictions, looking for patterns, and really encourages the students to communicate about math with confidence. They love calendar. We also have a picture of Number Bear up there. They love Number Bear. They get to dress him up every day and count how many buttons or pockets or flowers they're putting on Number Bear. Our other math curriculum we use is Numbers Plus. This is the curriculum sections that we hit throughout the year. So these are the big items that we're going to work on all year. Measurement, data analysis, algebra, number sense and operations, and geometry. Those all come with games, small group things we can do with the students, so we'll work through all of those. And then we have our social emotional learning that we work really hard on in preschool. Our classroom management style is we use conscious discipline. So that really focuses on social emotional learning with our classroom management. There's a foundation in safety, connection, and problem solving. And really, we focus on creating a classroom community and on feeling safe in school. That's the big vocab we use, is you're safe in school. So for example, in both Julia and my classroom, we have safe spaces where the students can go to feel comfortable when they're having big emotions. We work on breathing techniques. We work on naming our feelings. And I know Julia mentioned she has a We Care bucket. I know they have a kindness tree. We have a kindness bucket where we point out when friends are being kind. So really, it's all about feeling safe, naming our emotions, and being kind to each other. And that's how we run our classroom management in preschool.
Thanks, Sarah. So before we finish up, we'll give you some ways to communicate with us, and then we can finish up with answering any questions that families might have. But I just wanted to bring it back to Elizabeth McKenzie really quick and see if she had anything to add in terms of what her presence would be like in our classrooms.
Yeah, I'm happy to speak to that. So I'll be pushing into the classroom almost every day and helping to provide
a language-rich environment for all the students in the class, as well as supporting friends that I have on my caseload. I also will be available to all of the staff in the preschool program to answer questions about speech and language development, provide suggestions, things like that. Another thing that is available, if you would like for your child to be a peer model, if your child does not receive speech and language services, but you'd like for them to participate in being a peer, definitely let Julia or Sarah know or reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to include your child in a speech and language lesson. That's a great way for all the students to learn empathy and perspective taking, and it really helps the students with speech and language goals work on their goals. So yeah, and if you have questions about your child's speech and language development, you can reach out to me as well. I'm always happy to answer questions. Looking forward to a great year. Thanks, Elizabeth. One other note, and I don't know if this parent is here right now, but I really should have added her to the communication page. I believe Catherine Matthew is going to be our parent coordinator. I don't know, classroom parent, that's what it is. So she will be reaching out throughout the year to contact families about planning events and what's being asked of you, as a family that you can help out for the classroom, whether it's donating your time or materials or anything like that. So Catherine has decided to volunteer for that yet again, and we're so grateful for her. So thank you, Catherine, for that. But if you get any information from her, that's usually what it's about. In terms of communication, we have our emails here. I've also been reaching out to families via a Google Voice number. It's easy for me to text quickly, updates, so that is always a good way to contact me. If you do have an urgent message that you need communicated to us, the easiest way to do it is to call the front office and have them relay that message to us. Just because there are times where when we're working with a student, we don't have access to email or cell phones. So if there is something that you really need to share, please just call the front office. Okay, so we have some time to answer any questions. I want families to know as well, we'll be sharing this slideshow afterwards. So if you missed anything, you can always review it after, and we're just going to record any questions that we have here as well. So yeah, this is a great opportunity if anyone has any questions. Take your screen share off. And Ashlyn, just so that I know, attendees do have the capacity to ask questions, right?
Yeah. So if you go up to the question mark, there's a blue button that says ask a question. Feel free to add your question there. So far, we don't have any.
Awesome. If you don't have a question, our presentation's over. And if something pops into your head and you'd like to ask it later, feel free to just contact us. But yes, that's it. Welcome to Pre-K. We've been having a great first 2 weeks. And Ashlyn, I'm sorry that I messed up the beginning with the video. I don't know if I did the wrong thing or not.